Sri Gurubhyo Harihi Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Om Bhadram Karnebhih Shrunuyama Devaah. Bhadram Pasyema Akshabhiryajatraah. Sthirairangaiः Tushtuvagum Sastanubhih Vyasema Devahitam. Yadayuho Swasti na Indro Vruddhasravaः. Swasti na Pusha Vishwavedaः. Swasti nastarcyo Arishtanemiः. Swasti no Bruhaspati Dadatu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Agne Naya Supataraye Asman Vishwani Deva Vayunani Vidwan Yuyodhyasmat Meno Bhuishtham Te Namavuktim Vidhema. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Brahman Brahmano Brahmavarchasi Jayatam. Arashtre Rajanya Suraishavyah. Ativyadhi Maharatho Jayatam. Dugdri Dhenu Udhanadvana Susaptihi. Purandhir Yosha Jishnoratheshtha. Sabheyo Yuvasya Yajamanasya. Viro Jayatam Nikame Nikamena Parjanyo Varshato. Palavatyo na Oshadhayaha Pachyantam. Yogakshemo naha kalpetam. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Apyayantu Angani Vat Pranaschakshuh Shrotramatho Balamindriyani Cha Sarvani. Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam. Maham Brahma Nirakuryam. Mama Brahma Nirakarotu. Anirakaranamastu Nirakaranam me astu. Tadatmani Nirateya Upanishatsu Dharmaः. Te Mayi Santu, Te Mayi Santu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Swasti. So today is the day when we are trying to note down mantras or formulas connected to Agnistoma Yajna from Taittiriya Samhita, that is 1, 3, 4 and further. So this Agnistoma is a very important sacrifice in the history of sacrifices, major sacrifices. So we have gone through the mantras connected to the Vaisarjaniya Homa. Well, I'm not going into these details, but we are just concentrating on the various formulas which are being found here and what would be the academic and practical instruction and knowledge that we will be able to get it, because this is the contribution of various rishis. They have got these mantras revealed and that they are able to put forth for application in that. Therefore, so we have this beautiful idea that we are getting the wisdom, we are getting the life run program details. So now we are in the 1341, where 1341 we have got Vaisarjaniya Homa and all those things. And so I'm just reading those mantras for refreshing ourselves. 1341, that is first Kanda, third Prapataka, fourth section. Tvagum so matanukruddhyo dveshebhyo anyakritebhyah vruyantasi varuthagum swaha jushano apturajyasya vetu swaha ayam no agnihi varivaha krunotu ayam rudhaha pura etu prabhindan ayagum satrum jayatu jarhushano ayam vajam jayatu vajasatau uru vishnu vikramasva urutshaya yanah krudhi घृतं घृतयोने पिबा प्रप्रयज्ञपतिं तिरा सोमो जिगाति गातु वितु. So here we have noted Soma and Agni and Vishnu being brought into the picture of the Homa's program, and we are also making the prayers to these three gods so that the Yajamana, normally he is going to be a king, he is going to be a Kshatriya, because Kshatriya is royalty and Ritviks are all called priesthood. So Brahma and Kshatriya, when they combine, a sacrifice would take place. Mere Brahman or mere Kshatriya will not help. There must be coordination, cooperation and support and work by the king and the priests. Therefore, in our Veda, more so in Yajurveda, the priesthood itself is a big subject, which is spoken about in our Brahmanas and successive literature also. How important is a Brahmin? How important is a Ritvik? How important is a Purohit? So the Purohit brings all the gods into the venue of the Yajna and pleases them by offering the food for them. On the other hand, he also makes an appeal to the god to be a support for the activity of the king, so that positive activity of the king and administration would be helpful for the people, for the country, for all people in the world. Therefore, accordingly, the mantras are styled in these things, because first of all, it is Soma. Somadeva is said, you please be a support to all and get rid of all the enemies. And again, Agni, he has to accept the ghee offering made to him and become very much pleasing to the Apyayamano Bhava, pleasing such that the Yajamana will be able to wade through the world of enemies. Hello, good morning, Tandri. How are you? So here, Agni, he is called a complement as Varivaha, and ಈ ಅಗ್ನಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪುರಯೇತು ಪ್ರಭಿಂದನ್. So he has to be at forefront, trying to keep clear of the enemies, making way for the king to fight. I mean, that is what is wanted, because there must be that steering And Agni is one who is always a guide and at the forefront. Prathamaha Yajnyanam Devanam. Brahmana tells you Agni is the foremost among all Yajna gods. And if Agni were to come to the Yajna, then all people, all gods will be very happy. They follow one after the other as and how they are being invited or called for, and also they will be witnessed. And what Ayam means Yajamana. Ayagam Satrun Jayatu. The Yajamana should be able to win over the enemies and also Vajam Jayatu Vajasatavu. See, Vajasatavu is called Yajna, is called Yuddham, because there are so many Parya Shabdas for the war. So, for example, it's called, another word I can give you is Dhana Samsadi. And so, in Manu Suktam, you have got some words about that. Samsrishtam dhanamubhayam samakrutam asmabhyam dattam varunascha manyu bhiyam dadhana hridayesho shatravaparajitaso apanilayantam. Anta mantra. Ali, and again he says Rujan, Runan, Runan, Brehi, Shatrun, all these things will happen to Agni, the Manu Devata. So Vajasatau Vajam Chayat. So every war for a Kshatriya or a king is called as a Dhana Samsat. So when they go to the Dhana Samsat, or the place where they can enhance their treasury count, also the Rajyam Vistarana and all that. Therefore, we are here, there is a make. So let this Yajamana win over the enemies. Let he be always successful, getting more and more booty. Vajam is booty. In the Vajasata, in the context of, or in the opportunity of getting enhancement of the wealth. And then there is a turning to the attention and prayer to the Vishnu. And what for Vishnu is known, he is one who is able to pervade. So all pervasive power. Vishnurnukam Viryani. Whenever you remember Vishnu, the foremost achievement of Vishnu is that he covered the entire universe. Therefore, Prithvipati yaru originally andre Vishnu Prithvipati. Anybody who wants land, who wants to administer, become a king, he must have enough strength, enough power, enough support. Therefore, here it is and Guru Vishnu Vikramasva. So as he is able to envelop and cover the large area of the land, poor Vishnu, for whose sake he will do it? He will do for the sake of the people. For whose sake king will do all good activities and promotional activities for the sake of the people. Because our Yajurveda itself will tell us where is the fame and name and establishment of a king. Visi-raja pratishtitaha. See, Raja, the king is famous. He is established only with the people opinion. If all people vote for him, that is called democratic country. Or India has been democratic country. There are hardly monarchs. The monarchs are very powerful, but we have got Rajas who are always interested in the welfare of the people. For example, Kalidasa in Abhignana Shakuntalam, describing the Dushyanta's goodness, he says, what is the duty of Dushyanta Maharaja Chakravarti? He says there, Prajaha swa iti mantrayitva nishevate shantamanaha viviktam. So all day he will attend to the cases or appeals of the people, and then only during the fall of night he will retire to the house for rest. Atara, so Vishnu is a Raja. Na Vishnu Prithvipatihi. So we make a prayer, Uru Vikramasva Vishnu. Oh Vishnu, you please try to pervade covering larger area. And also Yanduku ante Chayayanaha Urukurudhi. So that more people can be comfortably occupying the land and start living. Because if there is plenty of place, then people can be comfortable, they can have larger areas to live in. Unlike in our Bharat, at times, BDA people, what to do? 20, 30 or 15, 20 sites or 30, 40, 40, 60, 60. So, ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಅವರು ಲೈವ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸಪೋಸಿಂಗ್ ಯು ಗಾಟ್ 40, 60 ಸೈಟ್. ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು 20, 30 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಸರ್ ನಾವು? There is no much scope to do like that. So, or in 30, 40, what more? But it's a 40, 60 and further larger area. That's why Kshaya is the land. So, Kshetra Palaka. Ksha is Kshetra. For the Kshetra, he has to help us. And moreover, you ask him, Ghrutam, Ghrutayone Piba. Again, we turn back to Agni, because Vishnu and Agni, they are not good. That's why in Chamakam, we say Agna Vishnu, Sajosha Semam Vardhantu Vangira. ಅದು ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ವೇದಿಕ್ ಮೈಥಾಲಜಿಯಲ್ಲಿ the gods are not independently distinguished. They are also having associateship among themselves. If you make prayer to Indra, he will take the assistance of other gods and see that that is done. For example, in Agamarshan Sukta, which you have read or which have been taught probably by myself and also Vasan in the Veda classes, there you see Namo Agnaye Apsumate Nama Indraya. There, that mantra tells you Agni, Varuna, Indra, well, Varuni Devatas, etc. All of them are being invoked so that you will have complete purification as you go to the bath. And your sins are also being well washed off. That's why Agha Marshana. See, Agha is the dirt, is the sin. Marshana is to clean up. So, in order to clean up the dirt inside, outside of our body, to cleanse ourselves when we take bath inside is the mantra. To clean outside our body is the soap or some such thing which will clean the skin and the pores of it. Therefore, here it is said, then it is said that Ghrutam Ghrutayone Piba. Ghrutayone is Agni. So Agni has got number of Paryaya Sabdas, and these Paryaya Sabdas will tell about the nature, character, function, etc. of Paramatma Agni, because Agnirvai Brahma. So everybody depends upon the Brahmatvam Agnya and Ghrutayone Piba and Yajnapatim Pratira. So Pratira means make him improved or enhanced or supported. So Yajnapati and Yaru, Yajamana also is Yajnapati, because he is the organizer of that. And on the other hand, Yajnapati also means Vishnu. Yagnang Gaccha Swaha, Yajnapatim Gaccha Swaha, Yajamanang Gaccha Swaha. Like that we say the mantra at the end of the Homa or Yajna or whatever it is. So illi Yagnavatin ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಆಮೇಲೆ Somo Gatu Bitujigati. Again we come back to Soma. So this way we don't ignore the gods we invite into the arena of sacrifice, but we are always paying our attention to them quite frequently, alternately, so that we kept them really engaged and alert also on the other hand. ನೋಡಿ 10 ಜನ ಬಂದಿದ್ರೆ ಆವಾಗ ಒಬ್ಬೊಬ್ಬರು ಅವಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನೂ ಅಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ದಟ್ when you pay attention, they become interested to continue and love you and serve you and all that. And that is the idea. And now we go to 1, 3, 4, which is in the 4 only, we have got the Vaisarjaniya home mantras. And next expression is second, Devanam. I'm reading the mantras 1, 3, 4, 2, the second Kandika. Om Devanam eti nishkrutam rutasya yonimasadam adityaha sadosi aditya sada sida eshavo deva savitaha somaha tagum rakshatvam mavo dabhadetatu tugum soma deva devanam devanupagaha idamaham manushyo manushyan saha prajaya saharaya poshena namo devebhyah swadha pitrubhyah idamaham nirvarunasya pasatu suvarabhi om. What I understand is Yajurveda is a good guide for us. And on the other hand, the mantras in Yajurveda are not as tough as the Rigveda mantras. And therefore, you find more commentaries for the Rigveda and longer time. But for Yajurveda, not many commentaries are there. If you just want to have an idea about the commentatorial activity for our Veda Samhitas, we must thank Jaichamarajendra Vadayar, Mysore Maharaja, who employed Pandits to give translation of the Veda mantras in English and Kannada. At the same time, also the commentary is there. So the commentatorial activity which began has been promoted. And without commentators, it is very hard for us to make meaning for the Veda mantras. Because Veda mantra prakasha is hard. Unless there is that kind of Veda Purusha Anugraha and Asirvada and Maha Vedha Devata, Saraswati Devata, Karuna, we cannot hit upon at least prime meanings or simple meaning for the Vedic mantras. But if you dive deeper into the terminology or vocabulary of the Veda mantras, then you will be able to unearth more and more culture, knowledge, and Adhyatmik Gnanam will come. For example, Deccan College, Pune, had launched one project, dictionary project, Sanskrit dictionary project, from Akara to Shakara. So for more than 50 years, it has been going on. And there are so many scholars as editors in that Ghate, and my own guru, Dr. Kashikar. All these people worked hard to find out, to help all references and try to arrive at the meaning of that. So, anyway, we see, I come to the text as such, Devanam eti nishkrutam rutasya yonim asadam. So, nishkruti for Devanam eti, one, and amrutasya yonim asadam. Amrutasya yoni is key on clarified. So, ultimately, oh Soma, you just reach the seat where Amruta is there. And we have already explained what is Amrutam. It's a sweet and sacred and all-powerful substance. And there is nothing beyond Amruta. So Amrutapaha, Amrutaputraha, and Amrutam Emi. This is the target of human life, because all gods are Amrutapaha. They all drank Amruta, and therefore they are called Amaras. Amara Nirjara Devaha. So this is how Amarakosha begins, talking about the various names. So Suraha, Amara Nirjara Devaha. The gods are immortal and also they don't have old age at all. Nirjara. Jara is the fourth stage, old age. And gods don't have old age. They always remain young and youthful and pure and working. Therefore, it is said that, see, yonim asadam. And what is for gods, you also should have the same comfort. Therefore, why do you worship God? Devanam ratihi ihano pravartatam devanam sakhyamiyushe. So, devanam ratihi ruchuyatam devanam matihi ruchuyatam. Like that, we are having instruction paid for the gods how they should conduct towards the devotees or sacrificers or the ritvits or the participants. Therefore, here, Adityaha Sada Asi. Oh, Amrita, what is that Sada? Sada is the seat, is the chair where he can sit. Therefore, that is what we call as the Aditya. Aditi is the mother of all gods. So Aditi is the mother of all gods, and Aditi Anugraha is most important to each and everybody. So Adityaha Sada Asida. And because, and everybody has got a claim to sit upon mother's lap. Every child has got the claim to sit on the mother's lap, because for all children are same to the mother. Therefore, you observe Adityaha Sada Asida. And now the Yajamana, the priest is pointing out to the Yajamana and people what is that they have got to do. Yeshavo Deva Savitaha Somaha Tagum Rakshadvam Mavo Dabhadetatu. See, Deva Savitaha Somaha Tagum Rakshasva Esha. Esha in Sanskrit is that or he and thee. So it is they say that it is a demonstrative pronoun, something like thee. So Esha Vaha to you, Savitaha Devaha and Somaha. So Soma and Savitru Devata, the sun god, both of them Tagum Rakshadvam. Illi Tagum Manavaga Yarandre Yajamana and his people and the participants there. Rakshadvam. And again Etat Madabhan. See, Yeshaha is masculine gender. Etat is neuter gender. Vastugalu. So there should be, I think, extension of the protection both for the sacrificer and his people at the same time to the yajna dravyas. So dabha is to haram. So madabha, don't harm, don't deprive. All meanings are there for the word dabha. And ma is the negation. And again, tvagum devo devana upagaha. So Somadeva, oh Somadeva, you please go and join the group of the gods. So, O Soma, you join the group of gods. That means you go and please the gods, and the gods thus pleased by you will please us back. So there is that kind of arrangement between you, gods, and me. That is what is Yajurveda. So Yajurvedalli ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ, you are not separate from the gods, nor gods are separate from you, and it is all a kind of Sambhuya Samuthana. So Sambhuya Samuthana means that you are trying to join, and it is a big cooperative exercise. That's why my professor used to say always that yajna is a Sambhuya Samuthana. It's a cooperative enterprise where there should be manpower, money power, material power, God power, etc. All these powers must coordinate and must be convergent. Therefore, it is said Tvagum Soma. And Manushyaha Manushyo Manushyan Saha. So Upagaha. So Manushyara ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲೇ ಇರಬೇಕು. And Prajaya Saha Rayasposhena. So Prajaya Saha, the king must be available for the people, then only the king is very good. As I told you earlier, Visi Raja Pratisthitaha. The pratishtha of the king is being gained because of the people. Praja Prabhutvam. Who rule the land? The people himself rule the land. But there should be a leader to use all that and administer all that. That is the king and leader. So king is a leader. In our Yajurveda, there is a lot of information regarding the state, kingship, administration, organization, and the benefit that thereafter, and also the treasury, and an implication of the divine support at each step and all those things. Therefore, our Veda mantras or Vedas are having the character of socio, magical, religious, mystical, and superficial significance. ಅದರಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಮಂತ್ರಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಮಂತ್ರ ಅರ್ಥ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾನು ಅರ್ಥ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ನೋ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಮಂತ್ರಗಳು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಡೀಪ್ ಥಿಂಕಿಂಗ್. ಮನನಾತ್ ಮಂತ್ರಾಹ ಮಾನಯಂತಂ ತ್ರಾಯತ ಇತಿ ಮಂತ್ರಃ. And also minoti, it will just measure up our requirements and accordingly they get granted, fulfilled from the gods. So manushyaha manushyan saha. Not only that, prajaya saha rayasposhena saha upagaha. ನೋಡಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ. ಬರೀ ಒಬ್ಬರೇ see, that's why you must have somebody to lend things to you. Raya is the wealth, posha is the food. So wealth and food must also be there joined with for the prajas. Therefore, people should be there, and there must be a lot of markets or shops must be there. Traders are there. That's why Krishna says in Gita, Chaturvarnyam maya sustam guna karma vibhagasaha. So ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಗುಣ ಆಟೋಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. So gunishu nacha lingam nacha vayaha is bhavabhuti. So those people who have got virtuous qualities, whether it is a male or female or whether it's young or old or whatever, no matter. So gunaha pradhanataha tishtanti. Guna is important. Even Bharavi also says same thing in our Karatarjaniyam. Gunalubdhaha sampadaha. ಈ ಸಂಪದಗಳಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಗುಣಲುಬ್ಧ, ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ಕೇರ್ಫುಲ್, ದೆನ್ ದಿ ವೆಲ್ತ್ ವಿಲ್ ರಿಮೈನ್ ವಿತ್ ಯು. ಧನಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ವಿತ್ ಯು. ಸಪೋಸಿಂಗ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಯೂಸ್, ಯು ಆರ್ ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಡ್ ಇನ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್, ದೆನ್ ಧನಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಬ್ಯಾಡ್. ದೇರ್ ಫೋರ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ರಾಯಸ್ಪೋಷೇಣ ಪ್ರಜಯಾ ಮನುಷ್ಯಾನ್ ಮನುಷ್ಯಃ ಉಪಾಗಾಹ. Hope you understood. And next, therefore, and we have got to also think of the Pitrus, because in between the man and gods, there are Pitru Devatas. Pitru Loka is there. So our Pitrugal Kuda club Markondu Marbeku. And people have been, our gurus were telling, house building is divine grace. But the amenities and architectural grandeur and furniture, everything that you do in your house is Pitru Krupa. So Pitru Anugraha and Devata Anugraha plus ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರುವ ಕೆಲಸಗಳು, ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರೈಸಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಗುಡ್. ದೇರ್ ಫೋರ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಮೋ ದೇವೇಭ್ಯ ಸ್ವಧಾ ಪಿತೃಭ್ಯ. And when once you are able to satiate both gods and Pitru Devatas, then what would happen? You are freed from the Varuna Pasha. So Varuna, Yama, Rudra, these are all the really gods who are killers. Not only night is a killer because Varuna is a night god. And we all know that emergencies crop up mostly in the nights also. ರಾಕ್ಷಸರಿಗೆ ರೋಗಗಳಿಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಬಲ ರಾತ್ರಿ ಹೊತ್ತಿನಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ರಾತ್ರಿ ಕಳೆಯೋದು ತುಂಬಾ ಕಷ್ಟ. ಸಮ್ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಸೇ ಈ ನೈಟ್ ಹೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ನೋಡ್ತೀನಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಕೆಲವರು, ಲುಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಟ್ ದಿ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ ಸಮ್ಟೈಮ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ರಾತ್ರಿ ಅನ್ನೋದೇ ಕಾಲ, ಅಮಾವಾಸ್ಯೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಸೋಮಯಾಗ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ವರುಣದಿಂದ ಬರುವಾಗ ಪಾಶಗಳು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಂಧಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗಿ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಪ್ಲೀಸಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ವರುಣದೇವ. And now after this we are going to next episode, next thing, where the mantra 1343 again ivalla Vaisarjaniya homas, all the connected information about it. And now the last bit of the Vaisarjaniya homa section is Visarjana. Visarjana is to make tyaga, otherwise called. And now what is the benefit you are going to derive and all that has also been described. So because of this Vaisarjaniya homa, Manushyaha Manusyeshu Strayadvam, Devaha Deveshu Strayadvam Anodu, and Manushyaha Rayas Poshena Strayadvam, Manushyaha Prajayasaha Strayadvam. Anta navge ಒಂಥರ ಆದರೆ man cannot remain alone. If he is alone, not going into society, he will grow mad. Therefore, our biologists will say man is a gregarious, that is lives in groups, is also a group animal. So the gregarious ಅಂದ್ರೆ groups ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ ಅವನು. ಈವನ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ so many students ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರೆ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. That's natural to them. That's why ಈ ತರಹ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ now another achievement or attainment we talk about in this. I am reading the mantras 1343 of the Taittiriya Samhita. Om Vikhesham Vaishvanaram Jyotihi Agne Vratapate Tvam Vratanam Vratapatirasi Yo Mama Tanuhu Tvayi Abhodhyagum Samayi Ya Tava Tanuhu Mayi Abhutu Yesha Satvayi Yatha Yatham No Vratapate Vratani Vratinaha Vratani. So here you have beautiful idea. Hello, you wanted Amma? Yeah, Malachi. So I'm reading the 135, which is again connected to Upachedana. See, in Agnishtoma sacrifice, we require a sacrificial post, which is called as the Yupa. That Yupa is a victory pillar also, as you see in the temples also, they have got Dvajastambha. See, Dvajastambham that is the point where up to the jurisdiction of the magnetic power of the gods installed in the sanctum sanctorum of the temple will go. That's why people advise that you should not take your footwear beyond after the Yugastambham or the Dvajastambham. So before Dvajastambha only you have to leave your chappals. And you should go with all humility into the temple and all that. So there are the seminars conducted on various aspects of the temple by the executive members of the temples, 150 temples in America some time back. And I was also one of the members in the panel's discussion long back. But I had to talk about the instructions to the temple growers. And they wanted to bring out a booklet on the temple etiquette, etc. Anyway, here I'm talking about the Yupa Chedanam. You have to cut the tree and bring that log of the tree, shape it, and then fix it in the sacrifice. And to that, you have to tie the sacrificial animal, the victim. They don't call it animal, but it is a victim. A sacrificial victim ಅನ್ನು ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. Therefore, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆ ಮಂತ್ರಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸೊ there are 2 sections. 135 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಪಚ್ಛೇದನಂ and 136 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಪಸ್ಥಾಪನಂ. These are the 2 things. So having cut the tree and brought the log of it, and then you have to fix up. So everything in Yajurveda, because the sacrifice must be done with mantras. Yajurveda principle ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಮಂತ್ರ ಅಕಂಪನಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಆಫರಿಂಗು ಪರಮಾತ್ಮನಿಗೆ ಕೊಡಬಾರದು. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಒಂದು ಫ್ಲವರ್ ಹಾಕಬಾರ್ದು. ಏನಂತ ಹಾಕಬೇಕು? ರಾಮಾಯ ನಮಃ, ಕೃಷ್ಣಾಯ ನಮಃ ಅಂತ ಸ್ಮರಣೆಯಿಂದ ಮಂತ್ರದಿಂದ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಯೂಪಚ್ಛೇದನಕ್ಕೆ ಮಂತ್ರ ಇದೆ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ರೀಡಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಖಂಡಿಕ. ಅತ್ಯನ್ಯಾನಗಾಂ ನಾನ್ಯಾನುಪಾಗಾಂ ಅರ್ವಾಕ್ತ್ವಾ ಪರೈರವಿದಂ ಪರೋವರೈಃ ತಂ ತ್ವಾಜುಷೇ ವೈಷ್ಣವಂ ದೇವಯಜ್ಞಾಯೈ ದೇವಾಸ್ತ್ವಾ ಸವಿತಾ ಮಧ್ವೋನಕ್ತು ಓಷಧೇ ತ್ರಾಯಸ್ವೈನಂ ಸ್ವಧಿತೆ ಮೈನಗುಂ ಹಿಂಸೀಃ ದಿವಮಗ್ರೇಣ ಮಾಲೇಖೀಃ ಅಂತರಿಕ್ಷಂ ಮಧ್ಯೇನ ಮಾಹಿಗುಂಸೀಃ ಪೃಥಿವ್ಯಾ ಸಂಭವ ವನಸ್ಪತೆ ಶತವಲ್ಸೋ ವಿರೋಹ ಸಹಸ್ರವಲ್ಸೋ ವಿವಯಗುಂ ರುಹೇಮ. Next, this 1352 is a very small formula where, having cut the tree, having picked up the right log or so to that, now you will try to fix it up or ground it with mantra again. What is that mantra with which you ground the sacrificial post? Tvayagum swadhitihi, Tvayagum swadhitihi, swadhitisteti janaha, praninaya mahate saubhagaya, acchinnariyo narayaha suviraha ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ, something like you see Gudali Puja or Bhumi Puja ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ. Before you want to build your house in an open site, then you will first do that Bhumi Puja. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಆ ಭೂಮಿ ಪೂಜಾ ಮಂತ್ರಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ. ಆ ಮಾಡಿರುವ ಮುಹೂರ್ತ, ಭೂಮಿ ಪೂಜಾ ಮುಹೂರ್ತ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪವರ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ you will be able to rise the buildings. ಯಾರೊಬ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಒಬ್ಬ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಬಂದು ಬರೀ ಡೆಲ್ಲಿಯಿಂದ ಬಂದು ಕಲ್ಲು ಹಾಕೋದು ಅಂತಾರ, ಆ ಭೂಮಿ ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗು ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಆ ತರಹ ಆಗದೆ, ದೇರ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ದಟ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ರಿಯಲ್ ಮೆರಿಟೋರಿಯಸ್, ರಿಲಿಜಿಯಸ್, ಮ್ಯಾಜಿಕಲ್, ಅಥರ್ವಣಿಕ್ effect whenever we do some karma. That's exactly what you. And moreover, in the last Anuvaka, you observe the participation of, what is it called? Swadhiti. I just tell you. Now, the prayer goes as Ati Anyanaga Nanyanupagam Arvaktva Parairavide Parovaraihi Tvagum Tam Tva Jushe Vaishnave Deva Yajyaye. Actually, ನೀವು ಟ್ರೀ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ನೀವು ಆ ವೃಕ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ವೃಕ್ಷ ದೇವತಾ ಆ ವೃಕ್ಷವನ್ನು ಆಶ್ರಯಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ದೇರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡಿಂಗ್ ಗಾಡ್ಸ್. ಅದರಿಂದ ಆ ವೃಕ್ಷ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನಾ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆ ವೃಕ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಬೇಕಾದಷ್ಟು ಶಾಂತಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಆರ್ ಹಿಂಬಾಲಿಕಲಿ, then only you can put your axe over that to cut. It is not haphazard way of doing it, and especially when you are using it for a sacred purpose like yajna. And yajnam or homam and all those things. That's why that kind of reverence is the most important culture which our Yajurveda gives you. I told you, I write that I think that our Yajurveda is an interesting chapter in the wisdom provided by the Veda Samhitas and Vedic literature, and where from our etiquette or the behavioral excellence, the character and conduct will be streamlined, because Yajurveda is also Vidya. Yajurveda Vidya. And what is the output of the Vidya? Sila Vrutta Phala Vidya anta heltare. The Bombay University has got the motto on the seal. If you can see that Bombay University has chosen the motto as Sila Vrutta Vidya. What is knowledge? It has to produce good character and good conduct. If the knowledge does not, if the degrees that we get, if not produce that kind of right character and right conduct, then you are defeated there, although you are a student with that. And the Veda professors, the professors of the university expect the students of the university to become rightful citizens. It is something like the white coat ceremony for doctors, or like that. There, people are all introduced to good character and conduct and to be quite truthful. That's why here also you make a prayer, Tvam Jushe Vaishnavam Deva Yajyaye. So I am Mahavriksha, I am going to choose you, and because you are very sacred for us, and I am just choosing you to take a branch of you in order for conducting the yajna for the devas. So Deva Yajanam, Deva Yajyayai, for the Satyaturthi Bhakti, for the purpose of performing a sacrifice in order to please the gods, I am going to pick you up. And you basically belong to Vishnu, Vaishnave, Vaishnavam. And what kind of yajna I am going to do? Yajna is Vishnu Sambandhi. That's why Yajno, Yajnapatir, Yajva, Yajnango, Yajnavahana, Yajna Bhrutu, Yajna Krutu. So in Vishnu Sahasranamam, actually Vaishnavam Deva Yajyaye is the Yajurveda basis for our names to Vishnu Sahasranama being given by Bhishmacharya in the presence of Krishna Paramatma. He says, Yajno, Yajnapatihi, Yajva, Yajnango, Yajnavahana, Yajnango Anavaga Chakra. And so that's why the Vaishnava, whatever yajna or homa you do it, it is called Vaishnavam. So ಅದರಿಂದ ಆ ಯಜ್ಞ ರೂಪವನ್ನು ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನಪ್ಪ, ಅದನ್ನ ಯಾರು ಅದನ್ನ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅವ್ರು ಅರ್ಜ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Surya Bhagavan, who is Savitru Devata, he is the sixth one, he has to approve and he has to impel that particular mind. See, Kattike Togondre, Saude Togondre, you have different uses of the material. But when you are doing it here, you are announcing why for you are taking the wood out from the tree. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನೀವು ಹೆಡ್ ಪರ್ಪಸ್ಸು ಅನೌನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಲ್ಚರ್. ಅದರಿಂದ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ದೇವಃ ಸವಿತಾ ತ್ವಾಂ ಮಧ್ವಾ ಅನುಕ್ತು. ಮಧ್ವ ಅಂದರೆ ಪ್ರಾಸ್ಪೆರಿಟಿ. ಒಂದು ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಟ್ರೀ ತಗೊಂಡು ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಡಿವೈನ್ ಪರ್ಪಸ್ಗೆ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ದ ಟ್ರೀ ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಡೈ and the tree must grow further up and wide and all that. You see how ಎಷ್ಟು wide ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೇಳೋದ ಕಷ್ಟ. One small example, when Bana in his Kadambari describes about the Salmali Vruksha, then he was telling how big was the Salmali tree and how wide was it, how much of space in the space it has occupied, gives a beautiful exaggerated description. So that's why we always expect the tree to grow but not become constrained or shrinking because of a branch is taken out. No. Oshadhe trayasvayenam. Oshadhe trayasva ಅನ್ನುವಾಗ, ಓ ವೃಕ್ಷ, ಓ ಗಿಡ, ನೀನು ಯಾರು ನಿನ್ನನ್ನು ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾರೋ ಅವನನ್ನ ರಕ್ಷಣೆ ಮಾಡು. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಜ್ಞಪತಿ. Yagnapati has taken a branch out from you for Devayajana, and therefore Madhva Savitru Devata will bless you for that kind of tyaga you have done for the purpose of Devayaga. And again you are making a prayer for the Swadhiti also. Swadhiti is the razor. So in fact in Diksha, the Yajamana, when he has to shave before that, so he has to make a prayer for the razor. ಆ ರೇಸರ್ಗೆ ಪ್ರೇಯರ್ ಆ ಮಂತ್ರಗಳು ಇದೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್. ದೇರ್ ಯು ಮೇಕ್ ಎ ಪ್ರೇಯರ್ ಟು ದ ರೇಸರ್ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ నేను నిన్ను హింస చేసలేదు, నీవు నన్ను హింస చేయొద్దు. ಅಂದರೆ while doing that cutting there should not be any kinds of cuts or blood coming out or some kind of injury for the thing. So that's why you make a prayer, hey Swadhite. Swadhiti also is a divine implement, Devata. Swadhiti is a Devata. ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದಲ್ವಾ, ಈ ಯಜುರ್ವೇದ ಮುನಿರಾಜ್ ಅವರೇ, ಏನು ವಸ್ತು, ಯಾವ ವಸ್ತು ಯಜ್ಞದಲ್ಲಿ ಉಪಯೋಗ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ತಗೊಂತೀವೋ ಆ ವಸ್ತು ದೇವತಾ ಸಮಾನ, ಅದು ದೇವತೆಯೇ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಅದರಿಂದ ಸ್ವಧಿತಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಕ್ಸ್. ಯಾಕೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಸ್ವಧಿತಿ ಅಂತಾರೆ? ಈ ಸ್ವಧತಿ ಈಸ್ ದಿ Swadhitirte Pita anta. So the very history of the axe begins from the Vajrayudha of Indra. So this is Swadhitirte Pita anta ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. See, O Swadhiti, O axe, who is the father or originator for you? It is Vajrayudha. So the Vajrayudha of Indra is the father. And because it was able to finish that Vrutrasura, who was really a dangerous, powerful, highly problematic demon of demons. Therefore, him, Indra was able to kill and release the water and remove the drought upon the land as it goes. So the Indra's highest achievement, which is recorded repeatedly in the history of the mythology of Indra, is that he is a Vrutrahan, Vrutra Samsadi. So he is fighting with Vrutrasura. The war, the weapon, and the Asura all are constantly mentioned in mantras. Therefore, Indra is said to be a Satakratu. He has himself performed 100 sacrifices, got the eligibility to become Indra. Also, he has killed the Vrutrasura, the toughest demon, who was giving a lot of problem. If there is no water upon the land, no yajna, no yajna bhagas, no aharotpatti, everything will be standstill. And automatically, people die on the land. When people die on the land or suffer, the Rakshasas will come and eat them. They're all called cannibals. Mamsaharinaha. So they're all called Kunapaha ಅಂತ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಅರ್ಥ. ಕುಣಪ ಅಂದರೆ ರಕ್ತ. ಅವರು ರಕ್ತವನ್ನು ಕುಡಿಯೋ ಸ್ವಭಾವ ಇರೋರು. ದೇ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಡ್ರಿಂಕ್ ವಾಟರ್, ದೇ ಡ್ರಿಂಕ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹಾರಂ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಏನು ಪ್ರೇಯರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? ಸ್ವಧಿತೆ ಮೈನಗುಂ ಹಿಂಸಿಹಿ. ಈ ಯಜಮಾನ who caused you to be, who caused that particular axe to cut you out, so the axe also must be protected. The tree also get protected by Vishnu, and it must have their own proper prosperity all round. And again, next mantra says, Divamagrena Malekhi Antariksham Madhyena Mahigumsi Prithivya Sambhava Vanaspate. So these are the two lines that go as prayer for the tree. ನೋಡಿದಿರಾ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ನಮ್ಮ ಸೆಂಟಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಯಜುರ್ವೇದದಲ್ಲಿ. ಶ್ರೀ ರಾಮ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಯಜುರ್ವೇದ ವಿನೀತಶ್ಚ, ನಾನ್ ಋಗ್ವೇದ ವಿನೀತಶ್ಚ ಯಜುರ್ವೇದ ಧಾರಿಣಃ. And in Ramayana, Rama is a promoter of the Yajurveda. What is Yajurveda? Is a practical book. And you know, practicals illde idre, you will not be able to experience the results. Therefore, yajna or anubhava is important. ನಮ್ಮ ಪುರಂದರದಾಸರು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಪ್ಪ? ಅನುಭವದ ಅಡಿಗೆ ಮಾಡರೋ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಹಾಡು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರು. ಹರಿನಾಮ ಅದು ತುಂಬಾ ಉತ್ತಮ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಅನುಭವದ ಅಡಿಗೆ ಮಾಡಿ. ಅಡಿಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? ಅಡಿಗೆ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ರುಚಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ತೃಪ್ತಿ ಆಗತ್ತೆ, ಊಟ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಹಸು ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಈ ಅನುಭವ, ಏನು ಅನುಭವ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಹರಿನಾಮ ಸ್ಮರಣ ಅನುಭವ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಉಚ್ಚಪ್ಪಗಳಿರ ನಾಲಿಕ ಇದ್ದಾಗ, ನರಜನ್ಮ ಬಂದಾಗ ಹರಿನಾಮ ಹೇಳರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಪುರಂದರದಾಸರು ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಕೀರ್ತನೆಗಳು, 1,00,000 ಪದಗಳಿದೆ ಅವರದ್ದು, ಮಹಾನುಭಾವರು. ಸೊ ಹಿ ಈಸ್ ದಟ್ ವೇ ಹಿಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಸಂಗೀತ ಪಿತಾಮಹ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಸಂಗೀತಕ್ಕೆ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿಕ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಕ್ ಬರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾರಣ ಇಬ್ಬರೇ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ಒಬ್ಬರು ಪುರಂದರದಾಸರು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅನ್ನಮಾಚಾರ್ಯರು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಾಟ್ ಜಯದೇವ, ಗೀತ ಗೋವಿಂದಂ. ಸೊ ದಿ ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಆಫ್ ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಕ್ ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರ್ begins from Jayadeva's Gita Govindam in the classical forums. Anyway, that's a different matter. It's not my purview. But ಯಾಕೆ ಬರ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಸೆಂಟಿಮೆಂಟ್ is important. You cannot be ಕಲೌಸ್, ದಯಾಹೀನವಾಗಿರೋದಕ್ಕಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. You should be respecting the axe, the tree, the gods, the man who cuts who uses the axe, and the purpose for which that. So everything is a big cycle, a gamut. And ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಯಾರು ಕೂಡ ಹರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಗೃಹ ಪ್ರವೇಶ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅಂದು ನೈಟಲ್ಲಿ ರಕ್ಷೋಘ್ನ ಹೋಮ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಗೃಹ ಪ್ರವೇಶ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಕೋಬೋದು. ಹೌದಾ ಮುನ್ರಾಜ್ ಅವರೇ? ಆ ರಕ್ಷೋಘ್ನ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾರು? ಸೂರ್ಯ ಭಗವಾನ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ರಕ್ಷ ಅಂದರೆ ರಾಕ್ಷಸ. ರಕ್ಷ ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾರು? ಒಂದು ಗಿಡದಿಂದ ಫುಡ್ಡು, ಒಂದು ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ಲು, ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಬಂದರೆ ಯು ಆರ್ ಡಿಪ್ರೈವಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಕ್ರೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಅಪಾನ್ ದೆಮ್ ಆರ್ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವ್ರನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಡಿಪ್ರೈವ್ ಮಾಡಿ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಬಂದಮೇಲೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫೈಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಇಂಥ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅನ್ನಿತು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಗೈನ್ ಯು ಮೇಕ್ ಎ ಪ್ರೇಯರ್ ಟು ವನಸ್ಪತಿ. ವನಸ್ಪತೆ ಶತವಲ್ಸೋ ವಿರೋಹ. ಓ ವನಸ್ಪತಿ ವಿರೋಹ, you grow rich and bumper more and more. So you grow like that. Then viroha, when you are growing, you should not harm the space. See, divam antariksham pruthivi ma drumha. ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ? So these are all the three things that the tree has to take. ಇವಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆ JP Nagar second phase ಅಲ್ಲಿ, I don't know, some people who are there, there is a Ganapati temple in that. ಆ ಗಣಪತಿ ಟೆಂಪಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಅಶ್ವತ್ಥ ವೃಕ್ಷ ಇತ್ತು. ಇವರೆಲ್ಲ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟೀಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪೂಜೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ರಿಮೂವ್ಡ್ ದಟ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಅಶ್ವತ್ಥ ವೃಕ್ಷ, ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಡನ್, and then in order to make the space, because it was just uprooting the foundation of the Ganapati temple, and ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ತುಂಬಾ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. And so now they have got ample space because the trees. But before they removed it for the purpose, they did a lot of puja. I know the Purohit who has conducted the ceremonies in order to appease the Aswatha Vriksha. Today, that Ganapati, I remember, and ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಶನಿ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನ ಕೂಡ ಇದೆ. ಎರಡು ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನಗಳಿಗೂ ಅಡ್ಡ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವರು and they try to remove it. So that's why it's also a prayer for Vanaspati. If at all a branch has been taken, then it should not become angry. Rather, it should be pleasing, not hurting anybody at all, but it should have its normal growth. So Vriksha Ayurveda and also Vriksha Shastra, agriculture, is also very good from our Yajurveda. If you dive deep into that direction, you get a plenitude of agricultural knowledge, and that kind of Vriksha Suktas are there. And one of them, a sample, you have got in the Veda Ganga volume 28, the last article written by Paramba Yogamaya. I request you to go through that article in detail, Muniraj Avare, so that you will just come to know how the divisions are there as this Vriksha andrenu, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಔಷಧಿ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಡಿವಿಷನ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಎಂಜಾಯ್ ದಟ್. ಐ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಓಂ ಸ್ವಸ್ತಿ.
ಓಂ ಸಹನಾ ಭವತು ಸಹನೌ ಭುನಕ್ತು ಸಹ ವೀರ್ಯಂ ಕರವಾವವೈ ತೇಜಸ್ವಿನಾವಧೀತಮಸ್ತು ಮಾ ವಿದ್ವಿಷಾವವೈ. ಓಂ ಶಾಂತಿ ಶಾಂತಿ ಶಾಂತಿ. ಓಂ ಸರ್ವೇ ಭವಂತು ಸುಖಿನಃ, ಸರ್ವೇ ಸಂತು ನಿರಾಮಯ, ಸರ್ವೇ ಭದ್ರಾಣಿ ಪಶ್ಯಂತು ಮಾ ಕಶ್ಚಿತ್ ದುಃಖ ಭಾಗ್ ಭವೇತ್. ಓಂ ಶಾಂತಿ ಶಾಂತಿ ಶಾಂತಿ. ಸರ್ವಂ ಶ್ರೀ ಕೃಷ್ಣಾರ್ಪಣಮಸ್ತು, ಸರ್ವಂ ಶ್ರೀ ವಾಸುದೇವಾರ್ಪಣಮಸ್ತು. ವೇದ ಪುರುಷ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದಮಸ್ತು. ಹರಿ ಓಂ ತತ್ಸತ್. Thank you, Guruji.
Very happy, Muniraj Avare.
Thank you.
Join, though late, at least